has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Now, first carry for the former Pro Bowler, Josh Jacobs.
And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Carr. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Carr finding Waller there for the Vegas first.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Bradley Chubb there on the tackle. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Carr's throw taken in by Adams.
So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. To throw is Carr. Caught on the right side by Adams. Touchdown! Devontae Adams. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good... him about 4 yards. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 21. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. The Broncos at 3-6 now on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Wilson. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. They go back to the ground with Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They go play action with Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former Bronco All-Pro, Chris Harris. And the Raiders are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
You've got to know as a quarterback that it's going to be tough to outthink this guy in the defensive backfield. He's been at it 11 years now, so he knows all the ins and outs of the position. And he's in the right spot there to come up with the interception.
And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Wilson. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Broncos.
touchdown now on the year.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point from McManus is good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Now here's a throw that's complete. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done.
And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And he's got it. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Josh Jacobs, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Bronco All-Pro, Chris Harris. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Carlson is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And the slot man goes in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on third down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. On fourth down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Jacobs trying to run on first down, but he's going to be stopped and taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Second and 3 at the 32-yard line.
To throw is Wilson. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now it's Wilson.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Throwing is Wilson. Steps away to his left.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And got his man complete.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And that's a rare bright spot in what's overall been a pretty poor showing so far, but you've got to figure when you're down a bunch.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Deron Harmon.
And the Raiders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Carr. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks him right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Look good. Look left. One left. Hey, easy.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy.
A great play there. 28 yards.
And the Broncos take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Well, what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. Running straight ahead is Jacobs.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Jacobs going to try the middle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Raiders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They'll get that complete to Alberto.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Here's Wilson. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. He's got them out to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's got it in the end zone. Bit of a surprising call here, down by as many as they are, but the fake works, and they'll get 2 points closer instead of 1. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's been a dominant performance to this point, Charles, and this is probably exactly how they scripted this and envisioned it. They got a 3-score lead, 4th quarter, and a chance if they want to continue to pour it on here.
It is their call, isn't it? I mean, the way that they have taken on this game and the way that they have carried this game and have dominated this game, you're exactly right. Do what you want down the stretch. We are in the era of, hey, if you don't want us to do this to you, then you need to stop us. Their call to finish this one off.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Right down.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau.
And he is going to have the Raiders' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Carr going to look to throw. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Wilson going to throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Once again, it's Jacobs. He'll take it inside the 25.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for Las Vegas, it's an important win in terms of staying in the postseason race as they move to 6-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle